Hello Aries, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And that way you won't miss any of the future readings that we do for your sign here on the channel. All right, let's find out what the message is for Aries. What is the energy that's coming through for you this week? First card. What is that star card? That is a very lovely card. Let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. And that is going to include this mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, whatever you want to call it. We're not going to look at that until the very end, and we're just going to see if that'll tie the reading together or give us that confirmation that we're looking for. All right, so let me just straighten these out. We see a good mix of cards here, I think. Now with this star card, this card is talking about Aquarius, about air, about the receiving of some kind of blessing or gift or offer or revelation, some kind of spiritual renewal. Some kind of good energy is flowing into your life. And then we also have this Prince of Swords. So we have the star card, which is, like I said, Aquarius, and it's an air energy. And then we have this Prince of Swords, and this is that air energy too. So I really think that there is some either air sign person or some kind of, I think it's a masculine type energy that is probably an air sign. But if not an air sign, there's somebody who appears very charming, very eloquent, right? Very intelligent. And they are going to be revealing something to you this week. They're going to be coming into your life with some sort of very refreshing, rejuvenating, re-enlivening energy, right? They're bringing something with them. And they're doing it in a way that is kind of unexpected, but it kind of has a little bit of like razzle-dazzle, right? And, I don't know if this is somebody that you already know. We're going to take a look at the rest of these cards here and see if this is a person that's already in your life, or if this is somebody who is just kind of coming out of the blue with this kind of refreshing energy. It's like it's a real divine energy. It's something that's really going to rejuvenate you, refresh you. It's going to give you that, kind of that intuitive joy, right? Something is just going to feel really perfect about this. And now in the recent past, we see a Nine of Cups. This is happiness. I think that in the recent days or weeks, I think you've been really considering what your life would be like if you had the absolute happiness that you're looking for, right? What is it that you're striving for that will make you happy? What does your happiness look like? What does it look like when you reach for your happiness? What kinds of things do you strive for to make yourself happy, right? What does happiness look like? I think that is a fundamental question for all of us. I don't know the answer to that, but I do think that whatever situation this is with this air sign person, I think they are going to be, in some ways, this energy, this person that you've kind of always been looking for, right? And again, they have that kind of charm, that eloquence, a little bit of that razzle-dazzle about them, but it's going to feel right, okay? It's going to feel like they really are bringing a very true, a very sincere energy, but it's a very, rejuvenating energy, right? It's really going to be a refreshing experience. Now, I still don't know who this person is. Let's keep looking at these cards and finding out. One clue is down here beneath the surface, and this is the Hierophant card. I wonder if this person isn't someone that you work with. It seems to me like they're involved with you in some larger group. So it could be your employer. It could be it could be in a community organization, like a church, a lodge, temple, an order. Some sort of a larger group of people that you're involved with. And that's where this air sign person is. And this is maybe where you've already met them or where you're going to meet them. Okay. And then the next, since we're down below this here, let's go straight up top on the path of the dove. We see a 7. Okay, 7 of Wands. This usually is telling me that there has been some kind of fatigue. There's some kind of lack of energy in your life right now. Okay? And I think this goes right along with what we've already been talking about. There's some sort of drain on your energy. You just maybe feel tired. Maybe not so much a physical exhaustion or a physical tiredness, but like a spiritually exhausted. Maybe emotionally exhausted, right? And I think this is related in part to this 9 of Cups that we saw with how you are striving for your happiness, what it looks like for you to go after your happiness, right? Maybe you've been struggling with this for some time and it's just kind of been emotionally exhausting, right? Trying to grasp your happiness, trying to draw your happiness toward you, right? And it's leading to this feeling of drain, of fatigue, of tiredness, of exhaustion that again is probably manifesting in a physical way, but it has this kind of like emotional or spiritual origin to it, okay? Now the next card that we see on the path of the dove, this is in the immediate future. This is a 5 of Cups. This is telling me that this air sign person, whatever they're bringing with them, this energy that they're bringing with them is going to really stir up your emotions. It's going to get your emotions like really working again, okay? And the 5 of Cups is sometimes saying that, look, there's some element of our emotional life that's lacking. We feel some sort of disappointment in things, right? And it could be, like we've been talking about, this striving for your happiness. You've just not yet achieved it. You haven't really found the right thing for you, the right person, the right job, the right hobbies or passions, whatever it is. You haven't found what's really right for you. But I think with this air sign person, and I don't mean to be too optimistic or too definite here, but it feels like they're going to be kind of who you've always been looking for. They're really going to start to stir up your emotions. I think you're going to start to really, really feel some things for this person, okay? And it seems to me like they are the real deal. We have this star card here. It seems to me like they are sincere, they are true in their intentions, right? So if this is someone that you're already talking to, I think we have confirmation here about their nature. If this is someone that you haven't yet met, look for them in this larger group of people, either where you work, where you go to school, your community organizations, church, temple, lodge, order, whatever it may be. Whatever large group of people that you associate with, okay, that you're connected to. And I think it really is going to spark some good feelings in you. Whatever has kind of been lacking in your emotional life, whatever you've been kind of desiring, but you've been unsatisfied so far, I think that's gonna change. There's gonna be some movement here. Now let's switch over to the path of the serpent and see some more energy. A lot of good stuff here. This is pretty telling, these cards here. The first one we have is your general energy. 8 of discs, pentacles, coins, whatever. You're someone that takes things slow. You are someone who is very cautious, very careful. You pay attention. Nothing gets by you. You're very observant. You're very meticulous in your details with things. You're very slow, very cautious, right? You don't need things right now. You don't want things to hurry up and unfold, right? You're willing to put in the work and nurture things so that they can grow properly and become what they're meant to be in the best possible way, right? And I think that's what your general energy is. That's what this 8 of discs is telling me, that you're a slow, careful person, especially when it comes to, these cups, all this water that we see here with the 5 and with the 9, right? Your search for happiness, for emotional fulfillment, for emotional connection. Okay, which I think this air sign person is a pretty good candidate. But you take things slow. You're very careful, very meticulous. All right. And now, in terms of your relationships, the nature of your relationship, we have an Ace of Swords. I think this is a brand new relationship. I think this is someone that you probably haven't met yet, or you just met them and you're still getting to know them. The connection was just made. Okay. either a couple days ago, maybe today, maybe in the next couple of days, you're going to meet this person and connect. That initial connection is obviously going to be an intellectual connection. It's going to be, probably fairly lighthearted. They're going to be a little bit razzle-dazzle, but very charming, very eloquent, right? Air signs, air cards, and then the Ace of Swords, more air. So I think it's going to be initially this kind of lighthearted, flirtatious conversation, right? And it may be a brief conversation. It may just be this initial meeting of this person, and there just seems to be this great rapport, this great connection. The conversation just flows. It's just light. It's very airy, kind of flirtatious, but it's not something where you're sitting down having a serious discussion for hours on end. Maybe that comes later, but this first meeting is going to be relatively quickly over, but it's going to have just such an intensity to it, but also that lightness and that playfulness, right? So I think that's what's coming with this Ace of Swords. Now, the next card is a very interesting card. This is in the position of your fears, worries, concerns. Okay, but this is also the Lover's card. So this is really showing me that you're considering, or you will be considering, a serious relationship with this person. Okay, we have the Lover's card here. So you're going to be using all of this slow, meticulous, careful energy that you have to really feel it out, really discern, really decide, really try to look into the future and see if this is the person with whom you can have this rather perfect, ideal relationship. Okay? And you're going to have to make the choice if you want to pursue a serious, committed relationship with this person, or if you don't think they're right for you. So the Lover's card is really about decisions. What are you doing in the name of love, right? For yourself. Because ultimately, you have to make the right decision for you. You have to do what you know and feel is right for your happiness, your success, your future, your love, right? So the Lover's card, you're going to make that decision. And I think you're going to be considering a serious relationship with this air sign person. Now again, they may not be an air sign, but they have that eloquence about them. They have that charming personality about them. Great communicator, right? And then finally, what we see at the end of the Path of the Serpent is a 3 of discs. So the 3 of discs is kind of telling me that this relationship, this scenario, this situation is going to be a lot of work. Right, but I think any successful, serious, committed, like lifelong relationship is going to be work. You're going to have to put in the effort. And with the 3 of discs, we see commitment on the physical level, the emotional level, the mental level. We see a lot of commitment there. And this is giving me a strong indication that this might be a good match for you. This person might be the real deal. And I think that they are most likely going to be willing to go all in, to commit mind, body, soul, right? The physical plane, mental plane, the emotional plane. And I think if you're also ready to put in that work, to put in that effort, to make that commitment potentially, right? You have to see how things go. You have to play it safe, cautiously. But to be open to that, to be willing in the future, if it comes to that, to really make that commitment, mind, body, and soul, right? I think that is the good match here. That I think both of you are open and willing to do that with the right person, of course. And this may just be that right person. Let's take a look at this confirmation card and see. This could be something like the Empress. This could be, maybe a 6 of Cups. Something like that, I think, would be very appropriate. Well, this is a 6, but it's the 6 of Swords. So we have more air, more of that intellectual, more communication. Really, it really does seem like it's all about communication this week. right? More so than even the pursuit of happiness or the feelings, the emotions that are coming out of this. It's really about the communication. How are the two of you going to be on the same page? Well, the Six of Swords is saying, yeah, you're both going to be on the same page. You're both going to have similar interests, similar passions, similar plans and blueprints for the future, right? So I think this is a good match. And at least on paper, this seems like a good match. Okay? That's what the Six of Swords is telling me, that on paper, this seems perfect. This seems like a beautiful, harmonious, wonderful match. It's going to depend on your discernment. It's going to depend on your feelings, right? Your happiness, how you connect, what your intuition is telling you. It's going to depend on your decisions, your actions. It's going to depend on your willingness to commit, to make the effort, to try to see where this thing goes, right? But on paper, it seems perfect. It seems like the two of you really are a good match. The same plans, the same ideals for the future. You know, I think the two of you really have a lot in common. And I think that's going to really come out through this wonderful communication. Like the two of you, it just feels like you're going to be having these effortless conversations. Like the communication is just there, right? So if all the rest of this energy can work together and flow, I think this is going to be amazing. Now we're going to take a quick look in the extended, if we can get any other messages coming through. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you.